Yeah, so the reason for sort of doing this video right now is that you can hear from that which is beyond all this. It's not Tony talking. It's not the ego person. Which it isn't. It is and it isn't, okay? They're both the same, but they're not. They don't function in the same way. Tony is the ego and functions in the world and looks after the body as well as he can from his perspective, like dealing with people. From an ultimate perspective, it doesn't always work, you know. Or does it? It does work. It's just not what people are used to doing, you know, and people don't do it. Tony's really tried to let me come forward, but he's done it in a way that he could handle, which is like he's made those videos that have been made before, that I made, but without my complete jurisdiction, so he could handle it. And they're horrible. I don't like them. They're really horrible, you know. They're just dead, stifled pieces of instruction leading somewhere, which I just don't like. But it does work. It does work. But again, that's the map, and you get to the point following the map for years and years and years until you suddenly, bong, as I said before, drop away, bing, and you've made it. You realise, oh, that map was nothing. Oh, you know, oh, I was wearing robes. I was shaving my head. Oh, I took those vows. What? What was I doing? You know, because suddenly, bish, oh. And as soon as you try to name it, it moves, it slips. It's beyond all name. It's beyond, you know, it's before, could you say before the word of creation? Could you say before the word? Yeah, of course, yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, because that's what's going on when the phenomena happens and I hit it with the jam or the... Is that bad? It doesn't matter. It's good. I like my little weird parables. The parable of the jam and peanut butter. It's one of my favourite parables because that creates a mess, a gooey mess, you see. And that's what labelling is. It's still going on the periphery, but you're beyond it. As soon as you label it, stick a label on it, boom, you're stuck. Label. So it's a really, really beautiful thing. I don't want you to miss it. I don't know who I'm talking to. You see, maybe some know it. It's hard for me to judge. But, you know, maybe it's familiar with some people. I don't know. I mean, is there any point in me doing this? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, from ultimate perspective, there's no point. Of course, I mean, it's beyond everything. But from the conventional perspective, yeah, there's a point in doing it. And people like Alan Watts were very good at it. But this is me talking, not Tony talking. And if you don't like it, that's fine. If it comes in the wrong flavour, that's fine. If it comes with the wrong voice, that's fine. But it's not the voice, it's what's behind the voice. Which is divine, you know. And it's not Tony. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not Tony. It's the divine. It's beyond. It's that which you say, help me. It's when Tony himself says, help me. I want you to help me improve my life. I want you to help me. Sounds like a movie, huh? I love it. No, No, but immediately gets a label and loses its meaning, you see. You help me. What's that movie? Put it in the comments. I need you to show me. No, I can't remember. It's not exactly that, but it's really cool. So that's what our life is. It's little video sections of memory in the mind. And we're constantly labeling. Instead of the pure thing itself, we need a label. And then there are some labels which are quite sticky. Like that one. You help me, or you show it's not show me the money. It's it's help you. Help me help you. That's it. Help me help you. It's funny. But so that's one of those things you grab, and it might seem quite random, but I'm explaining how it works. And this is how it works in your life every day. I would say, I hate saying that, I hate judging you. It's awful. It becomes like a teaching or a sermon. But it's the way it works. That's what it works for me. So it must be the way it works for you too, because we're all human beings, We bounce things off phenomena, Phenomena, and it's not like the phenomena disappears, it's always there, but we're beyond it. We're beyond. And that's the divine, and that's what's talking. Tony's not talking now. He's not talking from himself. He's putting into words what he's seeing. It's like driving at 1,000 miles an hour down a highway, and the information's there. Like, super, super vast information. Which I'm trying to put into a few words. It's not easy. So, why do it? Maybe it helps. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying this is last chance, because... last chance. Oh, it's your last chance. I don't mean it that way. I just mean like, this is the last chance, because I'm going to probably quit. My other videos were shit. And this video feels... I don't want to judge it, because the judgment was coming from, what's this going to look like when I watch it back later? Am I going to be, oh no, so embarrassing, why did you do that? I don't want him to look. Because he might just really quit. His last videos were so bad. That's what he thinks. And even to me, they were bad. Yeah, didn't like them. But this is the actual truth. And it's got no words in it. That's the beautiful, beautiful thing, but it's got all the beauty in it. If I could just shut my mouth for 5 minutes and do it, but that wouldn't be very entertaining to you, would it? Entertaining. Am I giving entertainment? I'm giving wisdom. I'm giving the truth. I'm giving, what I'm pretty sure, other people gave in the past, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. It's the same. It's exactly the same. Because this Tony, he's studied at Oxford University, theology, and for a while, until he got thrown out for loving God. Yeah, I got thrown out I literally got thrown out for, I threw myself out. I couldn't handle it anymore. I just couldn't handle it. We were studying a module, understanding the Bible, I think it was. Yeah, so you had to read the whole Bible, and he was talking about hell not being real. And whether hell is real or not, it was not the point. He started saying hell's not real, and he's a ordained minister or something. He's a reverend. Not going to go into details. And he said hell doesn't exist, and so all I said was, because we're studying the Bible, he made it very clear that this course is not about God. It's not about loving Jesus or God, and we kick those people out. He literally said that to me. He said we kick those people out or they quit, because we make it hell for them. Here we're just studying as if literature is just literature. That's all we're doing. It's got nothing to do with God, like, the real God. It's just the study of literature and history of the Bible and all that. So I was working on the first module, halfway through it. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. And he says, hell's not real. And I said, it just says in the Bible, happens to say, even if you say to your brother, Raka, you're in danger of the fires of hell. I just said that. That's all I said. Because we're studying the word letter by letter. There's an expression for that. I can't remember what it is, but I like it. If someone can put it in the thingy, it'd be interesting for me. Not to get extra likes, but it would help, wouldn't it? I do need support, because it's going to be my last video for sure. Tony's too embarrassed doing it now, and this is the last chance so I can to help him, which I'm going to be available for if you decide you want me around. Otherwise you're not going to see me ever again. And from a mundane perspective, that's probably a good thing, because he's not looking that good these days. And he's not really Alan Watts. When you're in the moment of truth, all those speed bumps, that road, that journey, gone. And it's completely and utterly free. So this is really the last time. Tony's like that. When he says it's the last time, it's the last time. He's done that with beautiful girlfriends. It's so stubborn, he's so stubborn. So, well, I think I'm not going to go back to you ever. And he just walks away. Horrible. I admire him for that, in a way. I don't care. I'm not involved. But, no, I do admire that ego thing, from the ultimate perspective, because it looks after him. But, at the same time, from the ego perspective, he missed out. It's beautiful. Beautiful girls. He just because the beautiful girl, his beautiful girlfriend kissed somebody in a nightclub, and then he says that's it. He just walks away and never goes back. Not even for it's an expression. Not even for put it in the notes, that would be funny. I did try, but the father-in-law, what would have been, didn't, advised her not to. Unfortunately, she listened. She was a lovely, lovely, lovely girl. Very, very nice. Very, very Vanessa. Oh, yes. And now I'm old. Look at me, like an old fart. But so when Tony says that's it, I really, Tony's embarrassed about doing it. He's thinking, why his son's listening over there. Why help the world? Why bother? I can just stay here myself. And there's nothing more I need. Nothing. I don't need anything more. I don't need money. Tony wants money, but I don't need money. I know Tony wants money, but whether he gets it or not makes no difference at all. I mean, it makes no difference. You struggle without money, but I'll be here. I am the only one. I am the one. I am the one. You know what I mean? You are the one inside you, not from an ego perspective I'm talking, right? This is it. There's nothing else. The beauty's still here, remember? The beauty's still here. Although the body's gone, aged, don't want it, thanks. I think she's had 3 or 4 kids by now. No, thank you. I mean, that's Tony's perspective. I mean, I'm sorry, anyone who's had 3 or 4 kids. But, from a male perspective, come on, let's just be honest, I don't want to be with her anymore. But I do remember the extremity of the beauty and joy and loveliness of the girl beginning with F. Not the second girl with the F, the first one. She was wonderful, and I've still got that beauty right here. I mean, Tony doesn't have it in his world, but I've got it. It's right here, so why go anywhere else? I'd rather have those moments with my ex than anything on earth. Because that's Tony's ultimate joy. Because of his childhood of misery at home and not having love from his mother and what else, his father trying to kill him before he was born. You know, the unwanted third child. We can't afford another child, but still I'm not going to use a condom. Oh dear, we're pregnant. And so the mother has the baby. Oh, there's drag. And of course, the drag came only from my father, because my father was trapped in the marriage, or trapped himself in the marriage. He trapped himself. That's another horrible story. Ended up marrying her, and the plan was get rid of the kids, you know, by the time they're 16, and let me escape this bloody mess. I've done my duty, that's it. And that's what he did. He kicked me and my mum out when I was 16, you know, out of our lovely detached house in the country. I lived in sort of dodgy end, you know. I mean, he was lucky, but he had to experience all these bad things to make him search for me. So yeah, I got him. Hee hee. I got him. Hee 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 hee. Reminds me of that Chinese girl in that Instagram thing. The guy, the English guy. No, he's American. Blonde hair. In a restaurant, he sneezes, he does something like a horse. He's laughing, and it's like a horse. And she says, "You horse." You know, she must be Beijing. Lovely ladies, Beijing ladies. Lovely accent. And are you horse? Oh, she's laughing, but in such a nice way. And that was a horrible impression. I'm really sorry. But I love the Beijing accent. You know, my ex-Beijing girlfriend, she used to say to me, "You're so stupid." Sounds Russian. "You're so stupid." Like that. It's really cute. It's a long time ago. Probably can't even do the impression anymore. So all these beautiful things, all bundled together, all existing in a green plant that I'm looking at. Impossible. Because all the beauty that those objects contained for Tony, which is his dream, because the only comfort he had was women. As he grew up, he was good looking and luckily enough had girlfriends, you know. Thank God. I think he would have died otherwise, to be honest. Went through hell as a child, as a human being. Yeah, he went through hell as a human being because he's like, you know, he's not. Okay, it's kind of. I think he's always known the truth. He's always known it, but not to the depth of directness, of course. You know. Not directly, but it's been calling him. I've been calling him. And he struggled so much with the thing before. That's what I was trying to say. It's like a dark time. It's like wilderness. It's like the desert. When Jesus went to the desert 40 days and 40 nights. So first of all, he's in the water. He's baptized. Holy Spirit. So much to explain. When I was saying earlier about God appearing, I'll never get this done. I'll never get this done. It's too much. It's too much. It's enormous. It's enormous. So I can just try and throw some words and little labels, but you know, Jesus isn't there in the water being baptized by John the Baptist. The Holy Spirit comes down, enters through his crown, and he sees directly. Directly sees. What would you do? You're going to say to yourself, my God, I need to get away from these people now. Take me away. Get me away somewhere quiet. I don't want to be disturbed at all. I'm going to lose this. Run. Get yourself somewhere quiet. Sit. Okay. Right. But Jesus, perhaps more advanced, I don't know. But the way of looking at the allegorically, is there's a wilderness period. He's already seen the truth at this step. Holy Spirit came down to him, as it did to me in 2002. And then there's the wilderness period for him, was 40 days and 40 nights without food and water, right? For me, it was 24 years. 24 years in the desert. Because Tony wouldn't accept the truth. He saw the truth, I showed it to him, he didn't listen, but at the same time he needed it. I needed him to be broken. I needed him to be thoroughly... Can you imagine like a conveyor belt, but with jagged things? He needed to be quite big jagged. He needed to be smashed completely. I needed to smash him. I'm not saying everyone needs to be smashed. But Tony needed to be totally and utterly smashed. Which he is. Which he was. And he's not now. He's whole. So I gave him... I sentenced him. He sentenced himself. He did this himself. We are one. He chose it. He wanted it. He had options. He could have run away at any time. I gave him the option. But he's too... stubborn. It's like one of those loyal dogs. Loyal little dog of mine. It's so cute. Wagging his little tail, doing 24 years of misery. Cracked up in like jail, which is prison. Not actual prison. Worse. He would have loved 24 years solitary confinement. Honestly. I'm telling you, he would have preferred it. Because that was the time. He'd seen the truth, he wanted to run away with it. No option. Couldn't get away. Saw the truth, took the woman who helped him on the path, got the kids, got to feed the kids, go to work, struggle in an environment where he cannot fit in, but he tries. And it's like I smashed him with these people that totally wrecked him. I won't even tell you about his night in Gethsemane. I won't tell you. Will I? No, I'm not going to tell you because it's too bad. It's a bit like the movie, but the devil doesn't hold back. Okay, devil doesn't keep his distance. Okay, but luckily, on the actual final attack, he saw the truth again. And he said, "No, not my will be done, thy will be done." Okay. And he said that, and the devil couldn't touch him. So, yeah. I'm not saying that from pride. There's a lot of depth in this, and Tony's feeling a bit stupid talking about it. But those who can understand can understand. Yeah, so and now it's a case that having happened, still he went back. Still he wouldn't believe, and he did another year and a half in what was worse than solitary confinement for him. The hell of the office. Oh, Okay, don't worry, Tony. It's okay. Don't think about it. Yeah, so he's got PTSD. But we're not going to worry about that anymore. We're going to be over here, just beyond, you see. Everything is still existing. It's not escape. The two exist at the same time. So I'm here to help if you want me. This is the last video ever. I'm not going to cancel the channel because probably hardly anyone's even going to see the video. But I'll keep the email address on the channel. If anybody ever wants to see Jesus again, which is basically what it is, and get guidance, which is, I mean, massive. Like I say, like a massive glacier, and you're just chipping at the surface. So that's why I say I need questions. If you've got a question, I'll stick to that question as much as I can. But one question is like, what could you say? Your question is right in the middle of the ice cube, right? Of the ice, what do you call it? Glacier. And like as a little stain. Okay, I don't mean that in a negative way, but in the stainless environment of enlightenment, it doesn't hold, okay? So, what I'm saying is, not in a bad way. I'm not saying in a bad way. I don't know all the bigger words, because my father, he banned me from long words when I was a kid, because I made him feel stupid. He was a narcissist. Bless him. So that's why Tony's not particularly super fluent, and also being on his own all the time. Friends like him, but doesn't like normal world. Doesn't want to be dragged into the world. Never has. So he could be here. So I could be here. This has been his lifelong ambition. So if you ask a specific question, what I'm saying is, because it's right in the middle, which I've got access to it immediately, but it comes surrounded by the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. So even if I try to answer it with some words which I can stick on it, it'll just be like a little plaster. To you, it'll appear like a plaster, but actually it's the whole iceberg. And then trying to put the whole iceberg into words, it's not easy, but I'm here for that. I can try. Maybe could make a breakthrough here and there. Yeah. I do believe. I do have something for if you're really, really dedicated. You want to know God directly for yourself. If you want to actually, oh God, it's so embarrassing. But if you actually want to see God, I mean, I'm not saying see me, because all you can see is me. You can see Tony, right? But if you want to see God, me, okay, God beyond. If you want to see God beyond, which is beyond everything, there's a beautiful bird just landed in the tree. My God, it's so beautiful. Why am I talking? The beauty. There's so much beauty in this world. But you can't see it just by looking at it with your ego. You've got to let me come alive in you. Yeah, and I can help that. I can directly. I can point. I can point very well. If you bear with me, what I mean. I don't mean bear with me. I just mean if you really want to find the truth, you can find me. I'm sure you can, and I can show you the truth. But you have to be 100% committed. I mean, what does that mean? 100% committed. It means, can I trust you? Or are you just wasting my time? Because if I find that you're wasting my time, I can't share anything with you. That's the way it works. I won't be saying it like, oh, you're wasting my time. You can be there forever. You can stay right there and listen to every word I say until we both die. But you won't get anything from it. So you'd be wasting my time. Why do you want to waste your time? But if you really want to, find the truth, then absolutely. Why not? You can do it. And it takes commitment. You have to be committed. Not like a lunatic. You have to be dedicated. I don't know what it means. It's not like the old-fashioned dedicated word. Like you must be, dedicated to, he's so dedicated. That's what they say, people at work, he's so dedicated year after year after year. No, it doesn't imply journey. There's no journey. You just have to. You see, you think I'm talking randomly, but I'm actually pointing right now, right at it. And those who've got ears to hear will be able to see it as I explain it. And it won't just be explanation. There will be... I can't say. I help you as much as I can, and if you're sincere, you'll see it. Absolutely. Why not? Why? Why wouldn't you see it? Yes. Okay, so change the subject. I'm not promising anything, because you're the one holding all the keys. It's all up to you. So if you're dedicated, you'll see it. You can see it immediately. Yeah, it'll take long. I have to prepare you. Yeah, I know how I'd do it. So I'd prepare you. I'd give you like the map, and then I'd just drop you straight through it. No problem. You start following the map. You need a map foundation. I'm not saying from an ego perspective, we need to learn this and become this. No, it's just something to fall back on when you see the truth. Otherwise you could fall back onto the map. Gets sucked back up. Yeah, so there's no point in thinking, there's no point in worrying, there's no point in planning, there's no point in what's next. There's no what's next. There's no more anything like that. Things are as they are, even in a war zone. Even in the hard things that come in life, God is still there. And no one wants to hear that, from a mundane perspective. If I said that to my brother when he was suffering, and he's had these problems, a lot of problems. Not these problems, he had worldly problems. And maybe even deeper problems, who knows. But if I said to him, God is... I know you're having your life and all these issues, but God is there. From the ultimate perspective, yeah, God is right there. No problem. No problem at all. But from the mundane perspective, you're having those problems. Someone says, God is there. You go, where? Where? Show me, God. If God is here, why am I going through this hell? You see, it goes round on itself. But from the ultimate perspective, that was quite a horrible journey, wasn't it? Ooh, horrible. But from the ultimate perspective, you don't have to think about anything at all. You don't use the mind, as they say. I'm going into doctrine now that you can understand. I don't like going into doctrine. But that's what they say you have to do as a human being to teach, perhaps. You know, you trigger certain words that have been used so many times. You hear them all the time, and they lose their meaning. Oh, I'll speak to you soon. Oh yeah, so back, dragged into the world again. So, but I'm still, mostly it was just the distraction that I'm disappointed about. And I saw the problems of the world as well. And you're probably thinking, what's this gone about now? But I was also outside of the problems, I'm still here, The ultimate truth is still alive, the ultimate perspective, the ultimate vision, the ultimate enlightenment. Now I'm really analysing it. It's horrible to name it, it's just, it almost brings it to death. It's terrible, terrible. So yeah, I'm in that place, which is no place, right? But which is not nothing. It's everything is still here, but it's beyond. Oh God, don't start me off. It's just too much to explain, and the words they're not enough. But yeah, it's much better. Yeah, because as soon as you start going back into the world, you can get dragged. Back in. I got a bad neck. So my Aikido just tried to break my neck. Bless him. He was a master, actually. Master of martial arts. Not just Aikido. He was unbelievable. But he was a master, but I think he's in his wilderness phase. He's kind of crazy. I can't judge. Maybe it's just both at the same time. No, he's in his wilderness phase. But he does have some very strong intuition. He really saw the truth, but he's denying it. He really saw the truth when he was young. And that's why he's such a master. He just became a master of martial arts. That's why he was in the SAS. They wanted him as an instructor alongside Mick. Or a different regiment, I don't know. Yeah, but he really tried to break my neck. Because we were doing proper, unarmed combat, within that. Just forget about it. But I realised people still have an ego. So as I was saying, he saw the truth and he's in his wilderness phase, yeah. He's been going through all that, being broken by life, as I was, as Tony was, just because he wouldn't accept the truth that he saw in 2002. Didn't want to accept it, didn't want to come out and talk about it, wrote a book about it, but yeah, it wasn't successful. Which is crazy but understandable. Nobody wants to hear from God. Too busy with the world, their life, their money, their jobs, their commitments. Who cares about God, It's sad. It's so sad, it's so rare. That's why I feel like I'm just wasting my time doing this. Nobody's interested. So why am I doing it? I'm just doing it on the off chance. I think the real reason I'm doing it is so I can just stay here. I just want to stay here forever. Tony wants to stay here. That's a weird thing to say, because when I say I want to stay here, that's when Tony and the ultimate are one. he recognizes it, he can see it, he can speak about it and be it at the same time. I'm not picking up anything. I can hear the neighbours. We've had problems because of this, that and the other. As you do with your neighbours, I guess, But we didn't do anything wrong, it's just they, it's their fault. It's their fault. But, maybe, nobody likes an enlightened person. Nobody likes someone who used to have money and now doesn't. I mean, I do. No, I don't. I don't have any money, honestly. It's all gone now. It's all gone. But, so, jealousy and then scratching my son's cars up. But I'm not picking it up. I can see it, but I'm not picking it up. And so when I hear them, usually, when I'm in my ego self, when ultimate truth is not alive in me, as it is right now, and that's why I'm taking this opportunity to share it with you. With a bad voice, bit of a sore throat, but sorry. I'm not picking it up. Hear it, see it on the surface, but not pick it up. So maybe this is just a waste of time to talk about it. So I'm happy to actually stay in it, but I'm just saying that this is the one, this is the treasure from the Bible. When the guy's digging the field, finds the treasure, sells all the other land, invests in that one field, and just stays there. Of course. There's nothing better, because it's got everything in it that you could ever want. All the highest levels of beauty, I mean, perhaps my love for that girl, young lady, 23, whatever, and I was a bit older, 30 to 27, but she was lovely, she was great, God almighty, she was great. And I think I loved her almost for Tony, what was like a holy level. I mean, I didn't idolise her or anything. I'm just saying that what I saw, what I experienced was the highest thing in the world Tony could experience. Love, kindness, warmth, cuddles, and just two people who just sort of wrapped up in each other, just fitted so well. And she's gone, but that's not a problem because she's right here. All that feeling, I mean, I can't project that onto this. What I'm saying is I look at this, beauty appears. Beauty, this is what I was saying at the beginning, appears you've never really felt before. It's so immense that you want to pin it on something, and that's when I pin it on my ex. But I can't take my ex and project my ex to it, you see what I mean? So it's coming from the source it's coming from the source. It doesn't come from the object, it doesn't come from this experience, it's coming from the source, naturally, bubbling up from this brook of unending beauty, but putting it in words, it just loses it. You've just got to be still, and you can't just sit, meditate, and be still and see this. You can't. I don't see how. I mean, unless you really, really, even if you do it for your whole life, it's not going to work. You're not going to see it. You see it when it's time to see, and with somebody who can help you, I think. I think it's just when you decide you really want to see it, and that's it. You've had enough. I mean, then you'll see it. I was going to say, but I've been searching for God my whole life, and I, fasted to death until I saw the contract, to continue the work. So I was very dedicated. But that doesn't give you God. Fasting doesn't give you God. Meditating forever doesn't give you God. Training to the extreme, like I did, even going for selection and special forces and martial arts. Oh, my neck. Oh, isn't going to show you God. Even when I saw the SAS combat instructor, I met him. We trained. And I think Mike must have told him I was looking for ultimate truth. I left university before I was that happened later. It's complicated. Long life looking for God. And Mick from, Mick Gordon, who went to Hollywood and taught Al Pacino, Robert De Niro in Heat, Tom Cruise, Castle, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the training session, he said, I haven't seen anything yet. And that was enough for me to quit and go and live in a Buddhist monastery. Thought it was worth. Luckily, saw a master there, met a master, undercover master, and realised. So he helped me a bit. But there's nothing anyone can do. It just depends on you. When you're ready, you'll do anything, but you don't do anything stupid. But, be practical. I suppose those other videos I've done are helpful. Strength first. Okay, strength means... This is nice. So it's strength first, clarity next, action at the right time, freedom follows, right? That's what I've been talking about in my videos. But strength first is... It's like putting up barriers, or it's not sticking anything on to things that are happening around you. So you've got to have strength to do that. I know I've done fitness and stuff. It helps keep positive mind, but that's just for normal life. I mean, you can't see truth through anything. So strength, stop sticking your things. Labels, yeah? And just see the beauty. But you've got to stop sticking the things, the labels. And we don't do that normally. We meditate for 30 years and we're still labelling. Thinking, chocolate digestive. Hold on, 20 more minutes of Om. And then I'll have my cup of tea. Yeah. Tea. Bills. I've been sitting here for ages, my legs hurting. Battery's low. Battery Aziz. That's from, what's that film? You know the film. Battery Aziz, you know it. Shall I tell you? Or are you going to put it in the notes? Put it in the notes, it'll be fun. Then at least I know someone's watching this stuff that Tony would say is garbage, and probably most people would. But a few of you, a small percentage, you'll see. I don't know. This is my final experiment. That's why I'm putting this video out to see if anyone can see, and will just maybe say it's worth continuing. Otherwise, I'll just quit. It's no problem. Then it'll be another 2,000 years, I'd say. Could be. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? No, Jesus is Jesus. We're all Jesus. We just don't know it. Oh, but if you know it, it's cold. It's just to know it. That's all. But I know it's difficult. It sort of feels impossible. I know what it feels from ego perspective. It's impossible. But think outside the box. That's all I can say. And that's not like, what is, is there some spiritual meaning? Got to burst outside the box? Not really. It's quite practical. Quite practical. Well, I wouldn't want, people to misunderstand. They will. If they do, they do. But if you look historically, you'll see exactly how wise people have come up in the world and appeared. Most of it is hidden. They won't tell you. It's been removed, deleted. Councils have gone up against it and said that doesn't mean that. No, it means something else. And, people have been killed. The apocryphal. Gnostics. The mystics. The mystics and the Gnostics. Poor people. They were hunted down once the decision was made and killed. And their dogs growling. And many of them killed, and also all the books burnt. So you're missing the trick. Because there's the trick, but it's just like a final key, really, because you're not going to see it necessarily, no matter what, until you're ready, until you want to see it. Otherwise, you just, oh my God, yes. The lamps, the women trimming the lamps or whatever, the oil, they stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And then waiting for their master, say Jesus or God, allegorically, and some took extra oil with them, went out, and some of the lamps went out. I'm really bad at this story, but I'm just so excited to get to the point. I don't want to get lost in the worldly stuff. Yeah, and then they ran out of oil. Some of them ran out of oil, didn't have enough oil. They wanted to borrow oil off their friends. They wouldn't share, so they missed out. But the ones who had the oil, they waited, and they entered the bridal chamber, let's say. I mean, I'm not saying physically. So what's this got to do with it? I've lost it, you see. It's too subtle. It's one tiny speck of a vast, what's the word? I've said it before. My God, floaty thing in the water, ice cube. It's not really it's not a big lump of ice. Yeah, it's like one of those big glaciers which is floating in the water, which is full of information. And that tiny little speck is just not enough. And even to try and put it in words, it's just, if you're here, you won't be able to. To do what Tony's doing is just hard. It's really, really hard if you're here. To come back, keep coming back, keep coming back. I want to be there. I mean, this is the place. Okay, make something. It's like doing some knitting or something. You just want to chill, but I've got to knit another bit, and then you go back and say no. No, I need to knit this bit. It doesn't make sense. Oh, the pattern. It's not. No one can see the pattern. Okay, knit a little bit more. Oh God, that's enough. Because the more I keep knitting, the more I get dragged away. That's why Carlos used to call it I used to call it, there's a calculation time when you think with the mind, do your bills, do your work, and then the rest of the time you must be here. You know, that means stop doing the calculations, stop doing the bills, stop doing the thinking, the worrying, the baggage, and be here, you know. So it is possible. That's the master's life. So I'll probably make a series of these videos, and you'll follow them if you want, but it's quite difficult. Poor dog, he's left out. You don't want to come here anyway. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about the dog. I told him, you don't want to come. He looked at me and started wagging his tail. So when I was walking the dog, because I'm here, it manifest, which is not always the case, because Tony's got a lot of problems and denial, and he's still deciding, do you want me here or not? You know, do you want me to manifest this for you or not? I know he wants it for himself as well. But yeah, as manifested, me and my dog, the connection we've got is unbelievable. So he's not healing. He keeps running forward too much, so I call him back. But he really wants to go home because he wants a treat. And I say, look, no, come back here and heal. And he's like, no, okay, I'll come back a bit. And then I say, no, come back here and heal. Come around and heal. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll do it because I'm excited for my treat anyway. So he comes around and he stops next to me. And then, because I'm quite strict at that time, because he's been a bit naughty, putting forward, so come back, no, I want you to come back here. Right? And then, so he comes all around and he comes and stops, and when he stops, it's like, how wonderful he's been, to do that. How beautiful. So I give him a bit of fuss, I'm like, oh, that's great, you've done a great job. So I've gone from being very strict to like thinking how lovely he is. And of course that, responds to that in such a lovely way and sort of jumps up a little bit forwards, like, oh, can I go then? Can I go? Because he really wants to go home and have his treat. And I'm like, oh no, you're supposed to be healing. And he runs off a little bit and I go, no. And then he just sprints off and he's going up to the corner where the road is. And I'm like, normally I'd be like, come back here, rah! Like this, as a human being with an ego. But like, I'm like, what did I say to him? I said, wait. And I said, wait. I said, wait. And he could hear the feeling in me, the God aspect of me. And I said, wait, again, louder, a little bit more, wait. And by the time I said it the last time, which is a real expression of feeling, from the ultimate, from God, not from the ego at all, the pure God, he really responded. And he just, without me even shouting, I was just like, to a friend, like to your girlfriend, someone you love, oh, hey, and he responded. He put on the brakes and he was there, and I'm running along in my little Zuri Japanese flip-flop thingies. Like, he has to say that, doesn't he? No, but it's cute. These little Japanese flip-flops. And catches up with the dog, and the dog's so happy, But without God, without me, it's like crap life. Things are bad. That miserable guy in the park there, look at him. What's his bloody problem? Yeah? That's life. Okay, that's an exaggeration. But these things happen, Somebody's driving badly and you say, you whatever, We're not thinking, well, they're actually in a rush to get to a hospital appointment because his wife has got cancer, needs to have a treatment. We never think of that, do we? Yeah? We never think of that. We never think of that. We never, ever, whoever thinks of that. Well, I did have one Buddhist teacher who used to think like that. Not John. Peter Baker. Oh, God. Lovely man. Lovely man. Really lovely man. Yeah, he dedicated his life to truth and stuff, but didn't want to be known by anybody. Great guy. So, yeah, when you see. It's great. Nothing you can do. Excuse me. What else can I say? I really don't care. I mean, if you find it boring, that's fine. I just want to stand the truth. I'm not delivering freedom. Yes, you are. You are delivering freedom. Oh, yeah. Well, the only way I can deliver freedom is to be here. Something wrong with the stomach. And there's a timeless, ageless beauty to it. All the best things you could ever imagine that you haven't even seen yet are in it. It's like your childhood memories of the most beautiful experience that you've had, maybe walking down a deserted railway line in the countryside, which is overgrown with beautiful green sort of nature. And you're so young and so pure. The world is just heavenly, and the path goes on forever. And you think, wow, where does it go? It's like that. Without labelling it, without jumping heavily onto the label, without judging the person, the history, it's us, all of us. And it's freezing in here. I hate the cold. Tony hates the cold. Even in the cold and the misery, there's no misery actually. I mean, you don't have the misery anymore. That's what I'm getting at. You can't be miserable and say, oh, I'm enlightened. You can't. The two don't go together. You can have pain. I mean, you can have you go through surgery. You can be in pain. Hold on, should I bite my fingers? Let me see what happens. That really hurts. I mean, the pain is still there. That's, but it doesn't. I mean, if you grab it with your mind, yeah, you think, oh my, you could have bit my finger off, you know. The mind attaches, but if you don't attach, why bother? It's painful, yeah, and I might scream, yeah. The body would scream, the mouth. The body could show that the person is dying or whatever, but that's just the body. It's totally untouched. If I close my eyes, it makes no difference. Trying to look for something, I can't see anything, you see. But it's saturated by itself, by beauty. Whatever you do see, I mean, just self-saturates. Someone said, the truth is self-illuminating. That's what someone else said. It didn't come from me, so I don't really want to, analyse labels. I just want to get the truth and put that into labels for you, because you can't say directly from the labels, but you will if you want to. I know this is a very strange format. First of all, you're not asking me any questions. I should think of questions, try and answer them. But they're so deep, so hard to put into words. The answers, that is. Oh. So, yes, what I was saying was that relationships are vastly improved, even with your dog. Okay? we understand each other like that. I mean, I understand him. I mean, he's got a sixth sense anyway, as an animal. He doesn't spend all his time thinking about long arithmetic, as we do, you know, like long division or long multiplication all day long. Yeah, number two. What if this? What if that? What if that? Yeah. How are we supposed to find God if we're like that? Yeah, but I forgot to carry the 3. Oh, God, I forgot to carry the... What am I going to do? That's just crazy. I mean, it's what we all do. I'm not judging anybody or myself. I hate talking like a teacher. It's horrible. But, I just thought I would stay here for longer and keep recording, because there really is so much value and depth here. And people have searched for this. This is the... what would you call it? It's the of life. It's the elixir of life. It's the chalice. I mean, it's the not the one, you know, drink from this, you know, the cup of my wrath. No, not that one. I hope not, anyway. What I'm talking about is direct seeing, you know. Anyway. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how nice it is. So cold. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how wonderful it is to be here. But I'm not going to allow any negativity. No concepts, no sticking things. So relationships are improved. That's it. Effortlessly. All the fear gone, problems gone. I mean, I could go on and on about it with examples and details. Should I? Yeah. Nah, I don't want to. And as soon as you're looking for ways to explain it, it's just a waste of time. Because you just get pulled out of it again. So divine, so beautiful. You know, all the beautiful people you've ever met in your entire life are right here. Right now. You know, the beauty aspect of them. That's what I'm saying. It's difficult to explain because it's the source. It's the source of all that. Tony's so thinking about himself and how embarrassed he is doing this. He's not embarrassed now because it's just me here, but so people think that's weird to say that, which is weird in itself. But there's no one here other than whatever. the truth. It's not a thing, it's not a person, it's not a guy sitting on a throne. This is the ultimate. And it's so beautiful. No more problems. I probably solve all the issues I have with my neighbours now. I know I could. Totally. Probably in one day. Something that could never be solved without God. Never. Never be solved. But I guess there's a time for enlightenment. I don't want to think about anyone else's example. This is just me. I'm here to... I don't know why I'm here. I just thought I'd share it because I wanted to make people happy. The truth is, I wanted to know why people did bad things and were miserable and bad to each other and unhappy. And why the world couldn't be a beautiful place. Why couldn't it be? Why couldn't it? What's wrong with everybody? The guy in the park, and I know bad things happen, but I'm just saying, even if bad things happen, you can be here. It's no longer bad, really. Anyway, you can avoid so much, and you've got the wisdom to change it. You can do miracles, literally. I mean, I'm not saying I can turn water into wine, because I can't. Absolutely can't. I mean, I'm saying I can't, maybe that's why I can't. I don't know. I haven't tried it, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to... No. It's so cold here. Oh my God, what's wrong with this thing? So yeah, this is my last chance. My last chance? Not my last chance. I'll be fine. But it's your last chance if you want to hear from me. And because this is not delusion. So this is it, and I just thought I would tell you how beautiful it is, so I'm going to go back and enjoy. And you can tell me what you think, if you like. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you don't like it, I'll just ignore it. But, if you want... Yeah, I mean, why everybody wants this? Everybody. You might not think you want this, but trust me. I hate it when people say trust me, because normally that means they're lying. I won't say trust me. Because who can you trust? You can't trust anyone, and you can't guarantee. But it is the greatest. It's the greatest thing. I mean, don't... You can't rely on me to make you enlightened or anything. That's your decision. I can only point towards it, and I'm just, even more than pointing, I'm just sort of... Am I delivering it? Well, I'm delivering commentary on it from direct sea. And it's not particularly poetic, obviously, but it is from here. Very, very poetic. Very. I'm also recording this for me because I don't want it to be lost.